How can we honor both sides of our heritage in a meaningful way for our children in co-parenting? By the end of this episode, you'll understand how embracing cultural differences, fostering open communication, and finding common ground can transform your co-parenting experience into a harmonious and enriching journey for you and your child. Welcome to another episode of Positively Inspired CoParenting. Today, we're diving into part 2 of our series on co-parenting across different cultures. If you haven't had a chance to listen to part 1, we encourage you to go back and listen to it first. In part 1, we have explored the foundational aspects of co-parenting across cultures, focusing on understanding cultural differences and fostering communication. In this episode, we'll build on that foundation, diving deeper into practical strategies and real-life applications to enhance your co-parenting experience. As you know, I am outside, and that noise was the birds. My neighbors have big macaws, and they just fly free around here. Let me tell you about Aisha and Samir. Aisha grew up in Cairo, Egypt, and Samir was raised in Los Angeles, California. Their daughter, Leila, who is 8 years old and in the 3rd grade, is about to participate in her school's Cultural Day. And both parents have very different ideas on how to showcase their heritage. Aisha wants to highlight their Middle Eastern heritage with traditional clothing and music. Samir prefers a more modern, simpler presentation that reflects their Western upbringing. Their different views lead to tension and disagreement. Feeling strongly about preserving their cultural roots and worries about losing their heritage, she prepares traditional costumes and selects cultural music. Samir is concerned about fitting in and making the presentation simple and relatable for Leila's classmates. He suggests modern presentation techniques and simple storytelling. Both parents feel misunderstood and frustrated, which leads to heated but respectful discussions. To come to a resolution, they have an open conversation about the importance of both aspects for their identity. Sharing personal stories and childhood memories, they decide to blend both cultural elements into Leila's presentation, traditional clothing and music alongside modern storytelling techniques. Leila's presentation is a success, showcasing a rich blend of both cultures. The positive reactions from her classmates and teachers show how well the blend worked. Aisha and Samir felt a sense of accomplishment and unity, shown through their proud smiles and supportive gestures. The story underscores the importance of communication and compromise in co-parenting. Now, let's consider a different scenario where cultural differences weren't harmonized, and let's see what happened. This story is about Javier and Emma. Javier is from Mexico City and Emma is from Paris. They are trying to have or plan a summer vacation together with their son Lucas, who is 12 years old. Their different cultural expectations are creating tension. Javier wants to spend the vacation with the extended family in a culturally rich environment. Emma prefers a quiet, immediate family vacation. They argue and fail to reach a compromise, leading to unresolved tension. Javier feels his cultural values are not respected and is frustrated by the lack of family connection. He keeps trying to convince Emma and is visibly disappointed when she resists. Emma feels overwhelmed by the idea of a large family gathering and prefers a low-key approach. Her anxiety is clear in her plans for a quiet retreat and her reluctance to engage in Javier's suggestions. Both parents become more entrenched in their positions, leading to increased conflict. Their arguments escalate, affecting their interactions with Lucas. They proceed with separate plans during the vacation, but Lucas is only able to go on one trip with his mom due to the timing conflicts. This means Javier is missing out, Lucas is missing out, and boy and father, they don't spend time together because now his dad is left out of this year's family vacation plans. Lucas feels sad about the situation, and his dad becomes bitter and angry. The constant fighting and bickering before and after the trip further contribute to Lucas's unhappiness. The vacation was meant to be a time for joy and togetherness, but instead, it left Lucas feeling torn and alone, highlighting the pain of his parents not being able to work together. This story highlights a missed opportunity to create a joyful memory. Lucas missed out on an important family gathering with his dad, a treasured multi-family outing they had enjoyed every year. The realization that he might not get the experience that he cherished with this tradition made him feel incredibly sad. The inability for mom and dad to coordinate their plans and prioritize Lucas's happiness led to a vacation filled with disappointment. It's a stark reminder that even when parents are no longer together, they can still work together to ensure their child's happiness and preserve meaningful family traditions, respecting each other's roles and cultural values. Let's take a moment to look at these two stories and draw some valuable lessons. In Aisha and Samir's story, they remember that the event was for their daughter, Leila. By focusing on what would make her happy and integrating both of their cultural traditions, they created a wonderful presentation. Their willingness to communicate openly and respect each other's backgrounds allowed them to blend their ideas harmoniously, making Leila's day special and memorable. On the other hand, Javier and Emma's story shows the opposite. While Lucas had a wonderful trip with his mom, he missed out on a treasured multi-family outgoing with his dad. This missed experience left him feeling incredibly sad. The inability of Javier and Emma to coordinate and prioritize Lucas's happiness led to feelings of disappointment and loss for Lucas. The constant fighting, the lack of cooperation created a tense environment, and it's not about the importance of working together to ensure the child's happiness, even when the parents are no longer together. This serves as a powerful reminder that as co-parents, we must prioritize our children's needs and happiness over our own disagreements. As we wrap up today's episode, let's reflect on the stories of Aisha and Samir and Javier and Emma. One story showed how clear communication and respect for cultural differences can lead to a harmonious experience, while the other highlighted the consequences of unresolved conflicts and lack of cooperation. Remember, the essence of co-parenting lies in prioritizing our children's happiness and well-being. By embracing and respecting each other's cultural backgrounds, we can create a nurturing environment that celebrates diversity. The ultimate goal for ex-partners should be to provide a cooperative co-parenting environment where their children can thrive. Working together even through differences ensures that our children feel supported, loved, and connected to both sides of their heritage. I know your time is valuable, and I know there are many choices, so I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for deciding to spend your time with me. I will continue sharing co-parenting insights and strategies with you so we can all live more fulfilled and mindful lives together. If you'd like to learn more about positive co-parenting and bring all these benefits into your life, subscribe to this podcast. Or for even more tips to improve your co-parenting relationship, you will find my blog on my website, www.getpositivelyiinspired.com/blog. Join us next week for part 1 of our next topic, the role of meditation in resolving co-parenting disputes. We'll explore how meditation can help co-parents navigate conflicts and reach agreements that benefit everyone involved. Thank you for listening, and see you next time on Positively Inspired Co-Parenting. See you on Monday. Live on purpose, and remember, let's be positively inspired co-parents.